them would magically go off. And what I eventually realized was that I wasn't failing because the algorithm wasn't picking me to go viral. It was because there were things about TikTok that I didn't understand yet. And now that I've figured them out, I'm gonna break them all down for you. Today, I'm going through what I believe are the most important things for you to be able to grow on TikTok, even if you are a complete beginner. And this video is packed. So grab a notebook, don't be afraid to pause the video. Let's get into it. Number one, you have to post every day. This is number one because one, it is the message I needed for myself today, but it's also the most important thing that you can do. Posting every day builds momentum. It allows you to learn and fail forward fast. It proves that you are a consistent creator and will make you more successful on TikTok. Look, I didn't want to record this video today. I deal with this too, but I sat down and I recorded. I made the video because I have made a commitment to grow on this platform and to show up for you guys on YouTube. And it's the same thing on TikTok. If you want to grow on TikTok, you have to post every day. You have to have that consistency. Post at least once.
Hard to see how this might be extremely controversial. Luxury goods force us to ask questions like, why do $4,000 horse bags exist in a world where millions can't even afford to feed themselves? People have questioned the ethics of luxury goods for pretty much all of history. Even Plato in ancient Greece saw luxury goods as vain and greedy. But on the other hand, luxury goods provide dignified work for skilled artisans who are passionate about their craft. It's kind of ironic that people celebrate the craftsmanship and creativity involved in making luxury goods, but often criticize the act of buying them. Hermes, the company who made this bag, rakes in billions of dollars every year. So how did we get here? Who's buying these $4,000 horse purses? And more importantly, why are they willing to pay so much for them? To answer these questions, we need to understand one fundamental truth about luxury. It isn't just about price. Just because something is expensive doesn't make it luxury. A rare collectible Pokemon card is expensive, but it's not luxury. Balenciaga sells these $3,000
They weren't enough then, and they're not enough now. But that was what a lot of the view was. And we talk about the Wild West. Well, there was a Wild West then on the internet because everything was kind of unknown and unmonitored. We still have that today to a great extent. But then there's another layer deep below the surface that most people never see. Where you exist for the most part, if you're typical of most people, is you're on the surface web. That's maybe 5% of the content that's on the World Wide Web. And it's stuff that you can get to from your favorite search engine. It's been indexed, in other words. So you can go to the search engine and find it. The other 95% is kind of, if you think of an iceberg, this is the stuff below the surface. You know, the iceberg is deeper below the water level. So think about the iceberg, the other 95% that's below, that's the deep web. It's not necessarily nefarious stuff. It's just not stuff that everyone needs to get to. It's business records. It's things like that. Only authorized users would be able to go in and authenticate and be able to see that stuff. But there's a subset. That's in an area we call the dark web.
Then please keep this to yourself. Simon.
Good to see you again.
Yeah, good to be here. I have to thank you first and foremost, and many reasons. You know, I'm a huge fan of all your work, but the conversation we had when we were over in LA was received so unbelievably well by the listeners on this podcast. It did millions and millions and millions of downloads in such a short space of time that I had to nag you to get you to come back again when you were here in the UK. So,
well, it's nice to be back, and it's nice to do it on your home turf.
Yeah, literally in my home.
Literally in your home.
There's so many things that I want to talk to you about, but one of the things that I was curious about, because I've been thinking a lot about this in my life, is this idea of our whys evolving. Mm-hmm. What is your why, and has it evolved over the last decade at all?
So my why is to inspire people to do the things that inspire them. So together, each of us can change our world for the better.
Wealth. My mom was always quick to be like, well, don't be such a capitalist. Like, why? There's more to life than being capitalist. She would call, she kind of almost be saying it in a digging way. But you know what? Now that I'm sending her monthly checks, all of a sudden she's very supportive. All of a sudden she's very, very happy with my capitalist nature. So it's just one of those things that like they don't understand it in the beginning, but then they will quickly get over it when they start seeing that your wealth is blossoming, and especially if it starts benefiting them, right? So I'm like, Mom, I won't hold it against you. But yeah, growing up, for sure, I think one way our parents were trying to humble us because they felt guilty that they couldn't provide what they wished they could provide to us, right? So in a way, they were kind of keeping us small so that to like kind of subdue their guilt. And so now we're having to like repair and heal these money wounds so that we can like,
I think that's a secondary symptom. I mean, that's a big thing, but I think culturally it has to do more with where we're going and what happened. I mean, The automotive industry right now, if you look at new cars, I don't own a new car. The newest vehicle I own is early 2000s.
Really?
The newest. Yeah. And honestly, I've been thinking like that's.
And you're a
new.
professional car guy and you have no use.
Yeah, no, I work on all my own stuff from exotics to building race cars, helping students building airplanes to vintage stuff. Like I know automotive history. And honestly, kind of the sweet spot for cars to daily drive are the 1980s and 1990s.
What?
We've just gotten worse since then.
In what ways?
Consumer culture. You know, they try to find new ways to make money, give something to buy a new model year. But cars haven't really gotten any better since the 1990s. They're coming in more like a cell phone. And then you get more and more and more regulation, which just stymies the automotive industry into building just the one thing. That's why all the cars look the same. That's why there's no real innovation. That's why any.
In this effort, we're a team, and so my message to you is very simple. I am with you, I support you, and as president, I have your backs 100%. You'll never see me even waver a little bit. It's the way it is. And that includes our great police officers and firemen and all of these people that are doing so well. Together over the next few years, we're going to make our military stronger, tougher, faster, fiercer, and more powerful than it has ever been before.
The president went on to say that the goal here is to protect the republic. That is the point of military power. It's not just about flexing. It's about protecting American interests.
We're bringing back